Hey, what is going on? Welcome to week number 12 of the AI Agent of the Week series. My name is ARVL Craig with Bot Builders, and we are finishing this 12-week series. It's been a journey. These 12 weeks, AI, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, has changed a lot. And what I want to do today is kind of recap where we've been over the past 12 weeks, but also where agents have evolved, I'd say, over the past 2 years or so, because it's a fascinating topic and I want to kind of highlight where I think things are going. And of course, if you want to talk to me or my team directly, you can reach me at arvl.us. That's a quick shortcut to all my links, all my socials, and reach out. But let me get into the content for today. And let me turn, where is the button? There's the button. So let me share my screen. Agents of the week. So if you don't know what an agent is, especially the way I describe them and teach them, go back to week 1, 2, and 3. I kind of went over some of those fundamentals. But today I kind of want to again show the journey of where things have gone and where they're going. But before we get into that, we are still 2 weeks, a week or two away from Connect event. This is where AI and entrepreneurs meet. We have an exciting conference coming up here in Scottsdale with headliner Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. My goodness. And we've got some other gangster business speakers. So you don't want to miss the event. We've got a super duper deal on pricing. Make sure you reach out to me directly if you want to hook up on price. But either way, you want to be in the room. It's 3 days, mainly April 17th through 19th here in Phoenix. We're going to teach AI agents. We're going to teach AI video, AI voice, what's new with bots, what's new with prompting, how to automate pretty much all your marketing, and pretty much how you can grow, make an impact and make income. Okay, let's get into the content. So I want to go through kind of the journey of agents. What is an agent? I mean, 2 years ago, I worked at a company called V Agents. What was V Agents? It was conversational AI, really, over voice. I mean, some people just see an agent as a chatbot, but agents, again, you can go to my formal definition of how it uses reasoning models, how it uses memory, how it uses MCPs and data and things like that. But again, agents used to be just conversational AI and chatbots, right? And then all the chat GPT and all the LLMs started to add agentic features, which originally was just reasoning features where they could think and plan and show you what they were doing, but they were also building and creating stuff. They weren't just giving words, they were taking action. They were, manipulating slides and presentations, spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentations, things like that. So all the LLMs, and then there was like computer use. The agent could open up a computer or your website and click on buttons. So like that was the agent aspect of large language models, right? And then you had things like AI workflows, which is where I really began to really build agents because I've used Lindy and N8N or Make for years, but then N8N comes out. That was like the hot agent tool for a while. But again, I personally was preferring Lindy. And I began at the end of 2025 building out all my agents using Lindy because it was like a visual workflow builder with agentic and agents and large language models built into it. So I could see all the steps and control it really, really well. And that was like my bread and butter, Lindy and maybe a little bit of GenSpark. And honestly, but things kept evolving, right? So GenSpark kind of almost fits in this category here of desktop automations or AI workspaces. That was like a big trend and is still a big trend. Manus has been adding since Meta bought them. They have all these agents and so once we, at the level I'm at now, this desktop automation, here to the end, they all kind of do the same thing and they're very similar. So Manus, Zoe Computer, Perplexity Computer, H Company, Interpreter, even Claude Cowork, all these were desktop apps on your computer with all the AI agent-ish capabilities. But things just kept changing and they kept adding more features and kept getting better. And then Claude really bust on the scene kind of with Cowork and Claude Code. And technically ChatGPT has this even more. It's like there's this, I would call it V2 of large language models where they are almost doing everything that these other AI agents were doing. So it's almost like in the past, the AI models like ChatGPT and Claude changed slowly, in my opinion. So things like Manus and Genspart and Lending and N8N were like faster, more nimble companies that could do more faster. Again, Google Gemini, that's not changing quickly. So these little startups were moving quickly, but ever since Claude, maybe again by December with Claude Code, Claude has been updating faster than all these nimble other AI startups, which is crazy. And because they're so big, they're like eating up all these other SaaS products and even all these other AI tools and all these other AI agents. So to me, it's like the second coming of all these other AI platforms or large language models. So now Claude is almost doing everything everybody else does. And I've honestly been transitioning some of the things that I was doing with GenSpark and Lindy and N8N and all these other things and going back to Claude, Claude Cowork and Claude Code. Right. A couple more layers, right? But then this whole open source autonomous AI thing got on the scene, which was originally OpenClaw, which changed everything. And honestly, that even affected, it seemed like Claude has been responding to OpenClaw by adding all of its AI, agentic, autonomous features, mobile features, messaging app integrations. Claude is having all that. But this open source autonomous AI is a different layer. You got OpenClaw, and recently a new company came out called Hermes that I'm probably going to try to set up this weekend. That's now doing things in a better, smoother, faster way of being more agentic. And then lastly, you have this layer of AI orchestration or agentic orchestration where because the it's where the agent manages other agents. And how can you do that in a seamless, transparent, organized way? And that's one unique thing that Paperclip is doing, helping your agent hire and manage other agents. So, very advanced. Don't worry about it if you don't understand this. But this is kind of to me, the past 2 years of AI agents have evolved a lot from chatbots, conversational AIs to all these other layers, right? So today, like my core focus of what I'm trying to build and help my clients with and what we're doing, you got Claude. OpenClaw was potentially good, but again, it's not as clean and as consistent as I would like it to be. Hermes somewhat promises to be like OpenClaw, but a little bit more intelligent, a little bit more consistent, a little bit faster, and it learns a little bit better. And then I mentioned Paperclip, the open source orchestration where agents manage and hire other agents. So this is kind of my current focus. I'd say in the next 2 to 3 months, I'll be working on these main platforms. In addition, we have our own AI agent platform here at Bot Builders where we've customized. It's called Automator AI. Actually, I think I've got a picture of what I really think things are going. So again, to summarize, you got your AI LLMs version 2 that's really powerful, your open source autonomous AI, which is very interesting. And then you got your AI orchestration. But this is kind of the vision of where I see agents going in the next 3 months to the next 12 months, right? You've got personal agents that know you and you talk to personal agents via iMessage, Slack, you know, Telegram, WhatsApp. You got this real personal relationship. And ideally, but you also, and they connect to the large language models. And large language models like Claude and ChatGPT, they have direct access to apps and tools like Clay and your Google Workspace. They have direct access to your CRM. They have direct access to all these other tools. And I don't want to discount the value of a good SaaS app product. And I think this is the most powerful combination where your large language model has direct access to specialty tools and apps, but it also has a connection to an agent orchestrator like Paperclip and maybe OpenClaw and Hermes can probably manage other agents. I mean, technically, Claude Code can have sub agents, but there's this agent orchestration where agents are managing other agents. And that's one kind of ecosystem. But again, you also still have your large language model that isn't managing agents, but is managing other apps. And I think these are two different types of infrastructures that are different and both valuable. And I think this is where agentic work is going. Anyway, I'm going to pause and end it right there on a cliffhanger. If you want to see what I'm doing moving forward, I won't be posting more case studies and updates of our agent work. I'm going to keep it all private, keep it with my clients. I'm going to transition into maybe just writing other types of articles, doing other things. But if you want to find out what's happening with agents, if you want agentic automations, autonomous solutions that are safe and secure and consistent in your business, reach out to me. All my links are connected to arvl.us. And that's all I have for today. Create a great day. Peace.